is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Yeah! Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on.
Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ is brought to you by Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Peter Rockhart's Gas Station, and Prince Masters.
Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path.
You got it logged and loaded to the Tuesday, January 27th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ and your company right up until 6 p.m. And happy Tuesday, everybody. Our house, I had a touch with MJ had, and trust me, I don't want you all to have to go through what we had to go through. So listen, COVID rules back in effect. Even though COVID ain't around, even though I ain't been hearing rumors about this big flu outbreak, there is a nasty flu going around. Little social distancing, little dap, no more fives and shakes, daps, dibs. Bring out the elbow, gink a few. Get your air brakes on. You see somebody who you can hail and they like to talk all up and pump it. Hail, hey, a Russian, good to see you. Once you got 4 feet in between. Hey, we can play catch up, but good to see you. Family good, everybody good? All right, everything cool. Keep it moving. All right? We got, like I say, so glad, that we're feeling better, but y'all, let's prevent it, man. We don't need a sick nation. And when you look at it, if you get sick, my God, you end up in the Princess Margaret, you might not get no service. But we can talk about that in a second. Good to see you, MJ.
It's good to be here.
Glad to have
I do
you
feel
back.
better. And I have been doing the thing that you were talking about, keeping the distance, because I didn't want anyone else to get sick, because you hate you hate to be the one that gets everyone sick, right?
Nah, just keep going and guess what?
Patient zero.
Don't get reinfected.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
But like I said, it is Tuesday. We're coming in off of a little topsy-turvy weekend. There's things we need to talk about. Obviously, we'll talk sports in the 5 o'clock hour at some portion, but we may go over a little bit because we're going to open up the lines today. And if you want to be part of the conversation, you want to be a talking head, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free in anyone in the Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right. Couple of things before we get in. I just want to take a personal note to shout out Energy, Nutrition Ready to Go. In this new year, I feel good. I appreciate my beautiful wife, MJ, peeping me to the energy nutrition game. I do. But what I appreciate more is that while I was doing my thing with energy, MJ was doing her thing with energy, and girl, you looking freaking good.
Just stop.
And I like the...
Are you cutting up?
Yes, I'm cutting up.
Okay.
And I like the... I don't know if I should say that. I was probably going to get slapped afterwards when we get off air, but hey, it's worth it. I'm like in comedian zone.
What?
I really appreciate your Vicky's Secret collection.
Okay, a little TMI. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but thank you.
Anybody in the car right now know how they got there and they know Vicky's Secrets was probably
The
involved.
kids are in the car. Stop it. Stop it.
All right, and we do have lots more to talk about, including the headlines.
Besides Victoria's Secret, yes. Headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
So our first big headline, PHA locked in overtime dispute, insists no breach of union agreement. This story by Caitlin Bob. The Public Hospitals Authority and the Bahamas Nurses Union appear to be at loggerheads over the issue of overtime.
More workers not being paid in this country. It's like crazy.
Well, will they work to get, because it sounds as if we're at the point now where I think I read they needed to get permission from the managing director over there at the PHA. But what does this mean? If you're 6 months into a new budget and you've basically exhausted your overtime budget, what does that mean?
Okay, you had the nice medicine right there with that question. Now take the bad tasting medicine. PMH and whoever...
PHA.
PHA. We're already dealing with a situation where Bahamians are scared to go to public health facilities, especially PMH, because of the service that they're going to receive, the conditions that are there, and for lack of a better word, rodents chewing on their toe from time to time. I wonder, kitchen can't get opened at the PMH, but we can build a whole new $220-some million hospital. But what I do say is, for those staff members that are working and expected to be paid, you don't want that morale to drop and make the conditions around public health even worse. My God, if it's one thing in this country that should be manned, the deck should be manned at all times, right next to the police force and the defense force to protect our citizens and to protect our borders. A little bit defense force. We need public health available at all times. Not just for patients and Bahamian patients, but for staff. You cannot get the end results if you don't please the internal customer. You can't take care of us if you can't take care of your staff. Morale needs to be up. People work hard. And guess what? MJ and I know from personal experiences with personal nurses with pops. They love overtime. Nurses love it. So it ain't a case that they don't want to work it, but they want to be paid for working it.
As they should. Right?
Correct. As in any job, and especially any government job.
So when I said, that they'd exhausted it, I guess 6 months into the new budget, so if you need that level of overtime, think about it. You need, because I would think that you're not just everybody work overtime, but if you need that level of overtime and you exhaust your budget, it raises questions. It raises so many questions. I mean, the planning raises questions about planning. It raises questions about communication between the ministry.
We can address some of that on the flip side of the break in the buzz.
As well as the PHA. And then it really makes you look, because we talk a lot about, systems, institutions, and then the people that we have in charge supposed to get this work done. Now, I've heard some comments from Dr. Michael Darville talking about how he was concerned why government was not notified.
Shaky need to have several seats.
In itself raises more questions. But let's get on to some more headlines. NAD, more flight cancellations in the midst of U.S. winter storm. Yeah, we're supposed to be here.
Pearly
are you back
one? Pearly, can you hear us?
Being caught up in what's happening. Do you see the snow? The snow. And listen, I love the snow.
I've watched snow, but I have to tell you something. I have found something to watch that makes me laugh my behind off.
What's that?
The bulldog videos.
Bulldog videos?
Eggnog the bulldog.
Okay.
Dear Jesus, man, it's hilarious, man. This dog sits up like he's sitting in the sofa.
Where is he? Is this Instagram, IG, or TikTok?
Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if he's even AI or not.
Oh.
But typical, and I'm a big fan of bulldogs. I think they're the ugliest dog ever, but they're so ugly, they're cute.
Right.
And he's sitting up there with his chips, his dip, his beer, his Marlboro cigarettes, watching the game, chewing and chomping.
So you've been getting entertained.
And then out of nowhere you hear...
by an AI.
His signature thing is a different fart at the end of the video.
Oh my God. Okay, spare me.
But yeah,
that's entertainment.
Shout out to Eggnog the Bulldog. You watch that, you laugh your behind off. You know who else is funny, man? I got to get his name. I think his name is Chris McKenzie, if I'm not mistaken. But I got to find the right name. Bahamian dude has voiced over those Tibetan monkeys that are around the Tibetan temples in Tibet.
Right.
Oh, man, he's voiced them slapping children, biting people, stealing their food. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But anyway, I digress.
Man takes plea deal in fatal beating. A Nassau man was on Monday sentenced to 7 years and 6 months in prison after admitting to beating and killing a 56-year-old man. My goodness. Also in the news, wage increase unlikely before next election, minister says, and that would be Minister of Labor and Public Service Pierre Glover Roll.
Speaking of Ministry of Labor, I've had several reports, and I gotta follow the allegations. But allegedly, there's an investigation going on down there.
At Ministry of Labor?
At Ministry of Labor, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard some
by the
stuff
CCU.
Too.
And when I hear the CCU, I think that's the Commercial Crimes Unit. So
okay.
Let's see where that goes. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Obviously, this is purely at the allegation stage, but I've seen it come across my radar several times with some sort of urgency. So obviously, you got to follow it up and see what's going on, connect the dots. But apparently there's an investigation going on down there.
Yeah, allegedly concerning those NOVs, the notices of vacancy. Yeah. I think that's what it stands for. So apparently there is we're being given information that there is an investigation happening now. And then that brings us to the other daily, the headline in the Tribune today. This was a wow. So the $14,000 visa scam.
Man, I was
and I'm not going to go too deep into this because this one is in front of the courts. But my God,
I just want to say something here, and I give the floor back to you, Madam Speaker. The most beautiful Madam Speaker we ever seen.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. MJ.
Yeah.
Should we get that?
No, I wanted to say try to counteract it, but now it's no. But here's the deal. The one thing I want to say pertaining to that. F&M leader of His Majesty's Royal Opposition, sat right in this studio on this show, addressed passport situations, visa situations, documents. Everybody raised up a hullabaloo. All I could say is, Pentard Mussey was right with some of this because looked like some fire coming from the smoke he was talking about because $14,000.
There's definitely something happening in Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I think.
How much does a visa cost, MJ? What, $250, $300?
I have no idea. What it would cost foreign nationals to pay for a visa for this country, because obviously I've never been on that end of the spectrum. But there's obviously some stuff happening in foreign affairs. We've had reports about things happening in the passport office, and now we're seeing that these are, had
a big resignation in foreign affairs as well too.
Big resignation in foreign affairs, but you could call these isolated incidences, but when you get so many, then
and you connect the dots, then they connect into one big train.
It starts to look like there might be an overdue in these offices to ensure that they are doing, what is...
And the audacity and presumptuousness of some people.
Law.
The questions have to jump up, but then how did this proceed? How did this unravel? How did this get life?
Yeah, it's a lot. I think
to the tune of $14,000.
This wouldn't be the only ministry that is issues, but this is certainly the one that is bringing a lot of anxiety to Bahamians right now, and that is in the spotlight. So yeah,
we got
that. As this case goes on, we'll hear
more to talk about.
This.
Talk about the PHA for sure. Conversation on that, and 100,000, 100 and some thousand on a party.
Whose party?
I hear that was spent on a Christmas party by this administration.
A Christmas party for 100? Was it for the whole of government? Because then that makes sense.
I got to double check.
The whole of government or just like a little department?
I got to find out. But I'm just saying, regardless of which department or if it was all, you had workers go home this Christmas. You had workers, teachers, police worrying about insurance, hungry Bahamians.
Staff in Grand Bahama at the Grand Lucayan not being paid on time and being sent home.
Correct.
Yeah, a lot to talk about.
And y'all could party? Like, listen, y'all some heartless mofos when you're ready, That's all I can say.
You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM with yours truly, MJ and Naughty.
It was that or a Minutes quote, and I don't like to quote Minutes.
I can feel it better.
I feel dumb
We're
going
to take a quick break right here. On the other side, we'll get into more of these topics. You keep it locked in.
Because a brand that the fans trust, so even as the show goes on all night till the morning we dream. So anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when it come up, show goes on all right.
Grill tastes better. Head to Burger King Nassau. You'll see our legendary Whopper with cheese is made with 100% flame grilled beef for that juicy and smoky barbecue flavor you love. Topped with fresh ingredients and nestled in an even fluffier bun. And right now, enjoy BK's Whopper with cheese combo with fries and a drink for just $9, including that. The King gives more food and more flavor for an unbeatable price. Taste the flame grill difference at any of Burger King's 7 locations in Nassau.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Public transportation drivers, start your day the smart way. Rokas gas station. Get a whopping 12 cents per gallon off diesel. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's unheard of, but it's true. Rokas loyalty card saves you money. And it's multiple pumps, no congestion. In and out, fast. So Malawala Highway and Faith Avenue.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for the buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
You've got it logged and loaded to the Tuesday, January 27th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty, along with MJ and your company, right up until 6 p.m. And shout out to John's Shoes. And I'm going to tell you in advance, you're going to get a dose of me and MJ on Thursday. You're getting Pearly on Friday. Because I told you all the grand opening was coming. And it is here. And we got that swanky invite for the grand for the pre-grand opening, man. It's gonna be on the chain, the party, man.
So the Old Fort store is about
Old Fort store is open, and John hit me and was like, MJ gonna love it. My mom says she's gonna love it. My sister Anna says she's gonna love it.
I can't wait.
Make sure MJ there, because we got plenty of what she like at that location.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to check it out.
You got New Balance, and I got New Balance. I got you in 10. So we good. But guess what?
What?
There's going to be bubbly flowing.
Oh.
And in the words of Madam Speaker, hors d'oeuvres will be served. Better known as hors d'oeuvres.
What?
Hors d'oeuvres in Baintown, but, you know, hors d'oeuvres to the rest of the world.
Okay.
To the rest of the world, to the globe. But, you know, we Bahamianized things, so some hors d'oeuvres and hors d'oeuvres will be there.
Okay. So it sounds like it's going to be a nice little, congratulations to John.
Yes,
it's so good to see a Bahamian business just growing over the years and expanding.
And they've been in the community for years.
I love that for them.
And we have to be there because I will go on record and say shamelessly, no denial, from day one, John Shoes has been part of what I've been doing and what MJ has been doing and supported our careers throughout. So, yeah, so what? If it's a family friendship, it'll go way back to the Greeks who reached sponging before they sold shoes. And I need a laundry.
Forever, right?
Since I come up, my mom.
When I first moved here to New Providence.
Slippers, little tiny shoes.
My sister was like, okay, we go into John's. And I mean, it was like just a day. It was just like a great day when you get to go. You know, women, we love shoes. They have so many varieties.
And
you
great
just go
prices.
shopping at John's. Yes, and that's the thing. It was so affordable and remains so affordable.
New Balance, you know me and New Balance.
Yeah. You gotta have fun.
Now you don't have to worry about me jonesing in front. I want to go to the New Balance outlet.
Yeah.
Because it's right here. And John's got me. John's a Demi. Look, man, I got some pre-release coming from next month. Come check me out. Boom. Because, you know, I like the exclusive joints.
Well, there you go.
But there you go. Yeah. So shout out to John's and the whole John's family. John's Plaza Carmichael, the flagship store in Rosetta. And now the new location, Old Fort Bay. And with John serving you is a pleasure, man. So congratulations and job well done to the Cathapoulis family. Proud of you all. Now you got to figure out something else to sponsor for that new show. May I interest you in a Sunday sports talk show?
Oh, boy.
All right, so props to them. But the buzz is here. And it's definitely a buzz for John's new location. But we also buzzing on a few things, MJ. And right out the gate, that PHA.
Yeah.
That right there, to me, is ridiculous. And let me go on record and say, now I'm going to be honest with you. You get a budget. How you boost up your budget and at the last minute when say, let's see what had happened.
Right.
We brace up the budget. That is irresponsibility on behalf of the director. And if I'm not mistaken, that would be Auburnet Rowe, correct?
Yeah, I think it's Dr. Auburnet Rowe.
Dr. Auburnet
the
Rowe.
managing director over there at the Public Hospitals Authority. This does raise some competency questions.
No, this is incompetency, okay? This is mismanagement at its finest. You're going to wait till 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter to lean over to the coach and say, we out of players for overtime and we about to go to overtime, but everybody injured and we ain't got no quarterback. That's when you could tell them?
So.
Or you should have put up red flags ahead of time, like on Sesame Street. Danger, peligro, danger. We're going to be broke shortly. Why don't you do something?
So Dr. Darville, our Minister of Health.
And he's no one to talk on anyone to shake a lot.
He has expressed concern on why the government was not notified earlier that the Public Hospitals Authority had exhausted its overtime funds for medical staff, suggesting a breakdown.
Need Dr. Rowe. Dr. Rowe need the bus.
In communication between the PHA and the government. I mean, there's no other way to look at this. This is clearly an indication that they feel as though the fault for this situation that we now find ourselves in.
Say it again. Is gross what? Say it. Incompetence.
Right, and he's putting that squarely at the feet of the PHA, not the Ministry of Health. He's making a clear line. He's drawing a clear line to say, well, you know what? This is not our fault. The PHA failed to notify us until like the last minute. And now he's also concerned about the nurses and doctors that have already worked that are not being told exactly when they're going to get that overtime payment. You know, they've worked for these monies, and now they don't know when they're going to get paid. And this raises questions for us as citizens. What is going to happen going forward? Because if you needed that level of overtime in order for the system to work at the level it's working now, which we can all admit is not great, what happens now?
Lost friends recently because of the inadequacies up there.
If they do not get immediate budget support, and I can tell you, between this, something's happening at other ministries, and the fact that, you know, suddenly they dropped the VAT, the VAT on unprepared foods from 5% to 0%. I think we could put the question about that $75 million surplus to bed, because it ain't happening.
Hey, another.
It's going to take a real mathematician to bring that $75 million surplus to life, because ain't no way.
I just want to say that this PIP administration, you can actually play the best of buckwheat on Saturday Night Live for every decision they make. If you look at the Grand Lucayan fiasco, if you look about the aforementioned what you just said, like they hooking up in all the paces. You looking for love, but ain't nobody got no love for you. You think Freeport really got love for y'all? Y'all have lied to Freeport over and repeatedly. I mean, conclave down there, what I hear coming up in Freeport, but y'all can share the preview. Y'all lucky y'all don't get a piece of airport left there with conch shell, you know.
It's so crazy.
I mean, that's beyond insulting now. You gonna come after you bull skated for 4 years with more BS?
It's so crazy, though, because this was the month that we were told that something was going to be happening with the Grand Lucayan. Mind you, this is after practically the whole
something
of
did happen.
25, nothing happening.
Absolutely freaking nothing again.
But nothing happening. And someone sent me an editorial from The Guardian today that talked about ZNS and the way that ZNS is being run, and how it doesn't serve to inform Bahamians, but serves like more political interest.
It's an echo chamber.
Right.
Where's our tax dollar going with that? Where's the objectivity
and
there?
I tie this into the fact that when you look at the way that they handle communications in this administration, it is poor. And then when you do get information, the little that we get out of this government, it doesn't turn out to be accurate. So we're always told, okay, wait until this time, the time comes, it goes, nothing happens. And then there's no follow-up communication. Now they're down there in Grand Bahama. They're down there in Freeport, right? Like my part of town. Of course, we're going to hear some more stuff coming out of Freeport. But how much of it do we actually believe? Like, we're at that point now. Do we even believe what they're saying? Because words come out, but then the action doesn't follow.
And listen, this administration is the photo op administration. Just the biggest photo op administration we've ever had. Do any of them photos come to life? No. They just go stale dated in the album. You don't see no progression. You don't see no time lapse or nothing. You just see that one picture.
And I know,
shovel in the ground, stupid looking hard hat on, and nothing to come from it.
I know that, the job of the politician is to sell dreams. Like, we've gotten accustomed to that.
For lack of a better word, BS the constituents
but
on a regular basis.
When you look at Grand Bahama and all of the islands and many different business sectors, to be precise, it comes a point where you have to realize what you're doing to the psyche of your people, right? You're always promising that relief is going to come, and then they just don't feel it. Now, no one expects anything overnight. But is it too much to ask for accurate timelines? Is it too much to ask for us to be able to plan properly? Well, obviously, with what's happening with the PHA and Ministry of Wellness, they can't even plan properly. And that is a problem. We are facing a competency issue at the highest levels in our government, in our ministries, in this country, at the most precarious time in terms of global politics. Like, we need people in there who know what they're going to do, who actually and plans and the ideas to accomplish the things that Bahamians need, and that can actually execute.
All right, one thing I want to do is we got two things to talk about. We got a caller on the line. I got to get to the text. But real quick, in a nutshell, let me just revisit the PHA real quick. Gross incompetence by Dr. Albinette Rowe. I think that deserves a resignation.
Because she's the managing director.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
If the defense sucks, the defensive coordinator got to go home. Now,
and the minister does not seem to have confidence.
If you don't know that your defense sucks and you got a coach just going rogue, doing what they want and not keeping you informed, and it costs you victories, you got to go too. So Shake-a-Lot, Michael Shaky Dovell, Dr. Mikey, he got to go too.
Dr. Dovell did not come out and say it, but his words are as close to an expression of no confidence that I've heard from anyone in this administration to subordinate
staff. Not to
staff.
mention the lives lost with negligence in PMH.
A lot's happening there.
Then the audacity to be insistent on forcing the creation of a new hospital that is going to destroy wetlands, environmental areas where you have a myriad of species that are breeding, birds, reptilians, crabs, snakes. You all should at least look out for the crabs.
Can we talk about the elephant? They need this level of overtime. It's obvious. Well, we know they're at 400, 500 staff members short. So what's going to happen when they put up a new hospital? How are we going to turn that around?
Flooding, and more flooding, and staffing. Correct.
Staffing.
And then you got Keith Bell, Minister Housing, freaking himself out in person, just like he did on the video, talking about we need to add 160 homes to the Papaw track area, where there's only wetland and a protected space where y'all could build in the Papaw track area, unless y'all can go build in the back of Batelco.
There's a lot happening in that area.
A lot. That needs
but do they have the EIAs that will really give us
and hold on.
A picture of what it looks like in the future?
I had a conversation with Sabas in front of the South House, where he assured me that when he got to canvassing, and he now canvassing, he would deal with the flooding in the area. So much so, after I waded through the arrogance, he called somebody and said, "Where's my report?" Because see, Naughty, I run in a report, so I know exactly what's going on.
He's the MP? I mean, where's the MP for Fort Charlotte?
Defunct.
Anyway.
Neutered after the hedge fund. That's where he was.
For 3
years. Completely useless.
And I like Mr. Sears. For 3 years is a very long time to be
out of politics. He's a great guy.
To be a lame duck.
As a politician, sucks. As an MP, sucks. Now, here's the deal. Put your money where your mouth is, Sabas. Several of these corners with the issues with the raw sewage flooding up because the trenches, by what they're doing down there with the new hospital maybe going. And if you listen to Travis Robbins, who's been all over it from day one, you might get caught up as to where we're at. Bring your plans and help us. Lend your hand. Same corners where you go to deliver, or your people go to drop off fridge and roofing material and all kind of stuff, hoping you'll get some votes, allegedly. They just be bragging, but anyway, that's a different story.
Allegedly.
But when you come through the bus with 2 buses and people in your regalia doing your job because you're too busy doing something else, put your money where your mouth is. Come show us that you could get the, for lack of a better word, the feces that are running from Fish Fry through St. Albans, through Papaw Track, into the White Grove, and the rest into Saunders Beach. Because the canals have been compromised. You should know. You bragged on the report. Where you report? Come on, you said you was coming on the show. So when you come in with your report on the show so we could talk and help the residents of Fort Charlotte. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty MJ, good afternoon.
Hey,
Jeffrey.
My brother and sister, all I could say is, some of us are just tired of the rhetoric. A lot of these persons who are running for these areas, if they had done their homework, they would know actually what's happening on the ground. They would have had boots on the ground a long time ago. They had 5 years or 4 years or 3 years prior to the next election, man from day one to execute. But yet we continue with this revolving wheel of incompetency, willful ignorance, and the people just accept it. It's just a norm with a whole lot of them. The sad part about it is, when you're accustomed to nothing, then what's really important doesn't mean anything to you. And that's the matter with a lot of our people. When the music, the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the rum, and all the stuff shows up, all of them come up for that. The contract, the few who are getting the contracts and the no-bid contracts and stuff, it don't mean nothing to them because it's automatic once their people get in. We have a country we keep talking about. We have these constituencies we keep talking about. We know the problem areas. We know where these things continuously go on from year to year to year, and nothing in this town seems to be accomplished. My last point here is simply this. This is why I will continuously say I admire a person I admire the person in Bali. They could say what they want to say about her. She's a woman of action. She's not afraid to tackle the big jobs. She says what she's going to do, and she does what she said that she will do. What's going on with this current administration? And we're not listening to the people on the ground, especially the persons who really know what's going on the ground. It seems like nothing is really happening. It's a cause to be concerned. This country is going nowhere fast, and we, the people, are going to suffer as the end result because we will not hold their feet to the proverbial fire. We have to fix this problem, or else our children will suffer after we would have exited the scene. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks so
Good
much,
stuff, Jeff.
So with the public, this thing that's happening with the PHA, so we have a situation also where the union are arguing that this move, right, talking about the overtime payments would no longer be processed unless first approved by the managing director office, talking about that amounts to punishing frontline staff for government mismanagement. And it's really hard to disagree with that position from this point of view. Not only that, they're going to be able to pay these persons. What does that mean for the operations at our public health institutions
clearly
moving forward? What does that mean?
This is a classic example case of the ish has hit the fan. And there's only one thing to do after the ish has hit the fan. Clean it up from all over because it's everywhere. And we need to clean this whole situation up. Because it's the truth. If I'm working my overtime, you need to pay me for my overtime.
But they're telling them not to work it unless previously approved.
Now.
So the union is telling their members, do not work that.
What's the golden rule in comedy, my love? How many clubs in the States I told I don't do no overtime? You don't pay no overtime, I'll walk out in the middle of a joke.
Yeah, the one with the goal makes the rules. That's
what it is.
So who has the goal? Apparently not us, because we can't even pay our staff.
But once again, hospitals under this administration and prior PRP administrations have been very callous. Because remember, a certain president of the nurses union that ended up becoming a politician for South Beach, Ms. Hamilton, was very adamant telling the nurses unions walk off when we don't get paid. So right now, the role has been reversed. They're not getting paid. They need to walk off the job.
No.
Now,
well, they're getting paid for their regular shifts.
Right, but if you're not getting paid for overtime, then I don't expect you to stick around, nurses. Have some modicum of love.
And doctors.
And doctors, modicum of love and appreciation for what Bahamian people are going through, and know that we need you. The citizen, Joe Public, needs you.
Yeah.
Because God forbid something happen to us, we're going to need you.
We need them to the point.
So find it in the goodness of your heart to try work through this and not leave the job. But you have every right to, because it's a bunch of foolishness.
There was an article, I'm going to try and pull it up yesterday, where even the doctors talk about not wanting to leave, but that the conditions are not they're not great. The thing about
Bro,
this is...
listen, once, if I was a government doctor, I could be honest with you. What's the contract afterwards if you go on scholarship or they pay for your schooling or you owe them, 4 or 5 years after that? Bro, I'll be honest with you. If I was doctor, year 3 of that, while I'm winding down my 2 years, I'm already setting up my private practice in my head. I having everything to go to get out of there. Yeah, because if I'm going to be undercompensated and underappreciated for what I'm bringing to the table, I can make more money in private life as a physician.
But unfortunately, that does not help us, right? We already have a
now
problem.
We lose more doctors.
I totally get it, but that does not help us. This is disturbing too. When contacted by the Tribune, PHA Managing Director Dr. Aubernet Rolle said efforts are underway to ensure all outstanding overtime payments are made. However, she said she could not provide a timeline for when the process would be completed. Also, could y'all tell us what's going to happen in the intervening time? Because if their unions are telling them do not work overtime, and clearly we have a need for this overtime work because we've spent the budget in the first 6 months, then what happens then? What are we doing?
Can I just answer Dr. Rolle in my Ari Spears voice? Garbage!
What are we doing?
Garbage! You know why? Efforts should have been made to avoid getting to this point now. If you were worth your salt as a director, it wouldn't have gotten here. Thus, I am calling for your resignation.
I know.
Gross negligence.
And Dr. Darville talked about,
and he's another one that need to give it up, give up the ghost.
But he did talk about how when they are projecting a budget shortfall in the Ministry of Health, they know months in advance. I mean, this is what you would expect. You would expect that if you're about to exhaust your budget, you don't find out the week before the budget is about to be.
We going into free agency next week, and now you can tell me we over the cap and we don't have no money to spend?
So I don't know what the budget is, but let's just do the little hypothetical. They give you $20 million, right, for the year in overtime budget. That was what, in June last year with the new budget? So you get to October and you see you at $17 million. Hello?
Peligro.
No red flags went up. Like, who are your accounting people, managing director, board of directors? What are you guys doing? This is incompetence. And I tell you, even the way that Dr. Darville spoke about this, he is clearly not happy with the way
shaky.
He is clearly not happy with the way this is playing out.
But it proves his shakiness because he didn't know what was going on, right? He didn't know. How much more shaky can you be?
Well, I would say that since the Public Hospitals Authority is technically a separate entity that would report to him, of course, right? I could say he should have known. There should have been communication. Where's the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health? Like, come on. If one leg of the table is falling down, I expect the stronger legs to be aware of that because ultimately it falls on you as well.
And when you all finish dealing with this fupa, open the kitchen and stop having rodents chew on people too.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, MJ.
Hey, good afternoon.
How you, Naughty?
How are you?
I am fine. That was Jeff that called a minute ago, right? And he was talking about the persons who should know what's going on in the communities before they get in there. But there are a lot of people who knows what's going on and who have solutions to these things, It's just that when time comes to vote, persons don't vote for themselves.
Oh.
They vote for the ones with the popcorn, the hot dog, and beer.
I see.
So it's all about partying.
And then they belly hungry for the next 4 years wondering what happened.
Exactly. You understand? And then feel like they got bamboozled when they were the one that did the bamboozling.
Yeah.
You understand? But what I wanted to say about PHA and what's going on with the nurses, Dr. Darville, I don't believe him. To see what happened is the Behemoths are so secretive, the persons in PHA will not speak out against him to say, yes, he knew.
Oh.
How would we know that he did not know? I refuse to believe that. As far as he spoke about Dr. Dwayne Sands when he was there and had, as far as he said the things was being run,
right.
I'm surprised that he does not know, and I do not believe him.
So you think this falls on him as well? I mean, he's trying to put it off on the PHA.
Most definitely because he wants to pass the buck.
Ah, I see.
He knows. I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what was going on. He just hoped that it never got out.
Yeah. And he's saying...
This is election season, and many people who was quiet are now going to be speaking out. On a lot of things that this government said they are going to do or have done, a lot of things are going to be coming to light because now people feel like they could use that against them to get what they want.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, caller.
Good stuff. Let's get to the text line.
That's interesting because, he said, let's get his words. What is he being quoted here as saying? He said that it's a serious matter, that they actively address doctors, nurses, and support staff are not being paid what is owed.
See, he probably said like this. It's of a serious nature, and it will be addressed when I have more spectrum on the depth of information what is there. But at this moment, I got nothing.
He had suggested a breakdown in communication between. So here's the question, because the caller raises a legitimate point. He's saying last minute, but maybe he needs to define that. Dr. Darwell, when exactly?
Maybe they told you in October when it hit the
and
fan.
Maybe you consider that last. So when exactly?
So maybe, Dr. Roll, you need to speak your side to know. He throw you under the bus. Let us know.
Exactly
Let us know.
We realize that we were heading towards this
throw Shaky under the bus too if necessary.
And I say crisis because we all know the state of the hospitals and the clinics. Having not have that those nurses and doctors available for overtime is problematic, big time problematic. So, Dr. Darwell, you could be a little bit more specific so we know. When exactly
did you know
that they had practically exhausted the overtime budget that they clearly need? Clearly.
Shaky. Let me go to the
exact
phone line.
dates, please.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. The spearhead table at the wedding reception eating steak and lobster, while the rest of us are lowly guests eating the baked chicken, peas and rice with corned beets. Well, I'll tell you, if you watch Game of Thrones, eventually you need to have a red wedding. Sometimes you need to just cleanse it. Go to the polls and vote. Here's another one. Good afternoon, Naughty, and welcome back, MJ. Good to be back. So glad you're back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Naughty, this Lewis Yard. What's going on? What's going on, Lewis Yard? Good luck with Mike McCarthy as your head coach for your Steelers. Whenever you're ready for therapy, just call me. I can tell you how many ways he can cause you all to lose. So you could at least be prepared for it. Naughty, this Lewis Yard. What's going on in Grand Bahama with government visit? Just tune in into your show. I'm a little bit behind. Well, we were asking questions, Lewis Yard. Why are they going to Grand Bahama? To lie to you all again? To deceive you all again? To insult your intelligence again? To remind you of how much they really don't care about Grand Bahama and Grand Bahamians again? Probably that. Naughty, the hospitals like parks, overspends, blame finance minister. Good afternoon. Gross incompetence all around. Just putting it out there, she is not a medical doctor. Okay, fine.
That's okay. She may be a PhD.
She might be a PhD or whatever, but yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. I got you, but we got you.
But listen, trust me, even if she was a doctor, if you can't manage your budget, you can't manage my health files.
Well, if you're not a medical doctor, if it is a PhD, then I would expect that. Because if it's particularly if it's in administration, I mean, really.
The PRP is a rogue organization that refuses to discuss issues. They are deceptive and dishonest. Moralizing on Pintard and minimizing opposition wouldn't work. People can see straight through it. Let me get to these other ones. Callers, I see you. We'll get to you in a second. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. This is my PRP governor, and I'll admit we are falling off, but we won't fail you in the next 5 years because it's for the poor. Boy, well, remember who said that? You, Texter, you just jinxed yourself. You just gave yourself the diminished jinx with that. Next time for the poor. Well, who in the flip was it for this go round the first 5 years? I got it. Friends, family, lovers, homies, and cronies. And I guess trolls like you who text in and blindly say it's going to get better. What kind of foolishness that is?
Sarcasm.
All right, let me get these other two texts in because they longins. And the nurses and doctors are always going above and beyond. The PHA never publicizes that. They have awards.
Yeah, they work hard.
And don't put that on the news. But let the workers ask for a raise. Then they'll tell the public that nurses and doctors are greedy and don't care, and the public agrees. The public can't ask for the workers to sacrifice, but still bash them on Facebook. Still, the nurses still do their jobs with love. Thank you to all the nurses and doctors. Hey, Naughty and MJ, you all ain't tired of beating a dead horse? No, I'll beat a dead horse to death. If this administration sucks, we need to beat it to death. Because if you like crappy administration, if you like crappy governance, then I'm sorry for your low self-esteem, but yeah, I'll beat it to death. And you know what? I'll beat trollers like you to death on this show for coming with idiocy, rhetorically. You know why?
Is that possible?
Is it? I mean, come on.
Can you beat a dead horse
This is why we're in the problem we're in today. Because we got a selective minority that cost the majority because they're a bunch of sellouts sing for their supper. This administration gave me a contract. They'll get better in 5 years. Beat a dead horse to that we're suffering from it, and this administration is doing a piss poor job, and Bahamians suffer. I won't beat it. I won't stop beating it to death. I'll beat it to death and bring it back to life with a solution that even someone like a dimwit like you could benefit from.
So anyway, let's get to this call first, and then we'll talk about some stuff that's coming out of Grand Bahama. Talking Head.
Good afternoon to both of you.
Hi, good afternoon.
Welcome back, Mary Jane.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you're doing better.
I'm so happy that I'm here. Thank you.
I would like you to think about something. Sorry.
Okay.
You remember when the nurse was temporarily dismissed?
Oh, yes.
You remember when Dr. Dowell said, "Oh, I didn't know that he paid it."
Yep.
So this is not a trend, you're saying? When something happens, I will pretend as though I wasn't aware of it. I didn't know. Same trend. Follow it.
So
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, caller. And good to hear from you too. So now people are really kind of doubtful. And this is what happens when, these things keep repeating. And they're right. Dr. Dowell did say that this is last minute, but now I need a concrete date. Like what did you know? When did you know it?
Good afternoon, Naughty. You talked about Cleola Orbanet as a nurse, too. Okay, well, we was trying to figure out what kind of doctor she is, but if she's a nurse, too, then if she's a nurse with a PhD, then she really need to resign because this should have never happened.
I'm saying PhD because they say that she's not a medical doctor. In any event, we just want competent people to head these ministries. And now there's a question out there about, because Dr. Dowell has framed this as a last-minute thing, but truly, perhaps we should hear from the folks over there at PHA. When did you inform the Ministry of Finance that we were headed towards this? The Ministry of Health, that would have informed the Ministry of Finance that we were headed towards this overtime disaster.
Good evening, Naughty and MJ. It will be part 2, it'll be part 2 of Money in the Bank. The people of Grand Bahama send Dr. Dowell home, so it's time to send Dr. Dowell and PhD director home. Stop flamming the people with our money. I hear Todd Pines want Shaky to go back to Grand Bahama, but y'all don't want him. That's just a rumor I'm hearing. Naughty and MJ, while we are talking about the hospital, can we all agree that paternity leave needs to be increased so fathers can bond with their babies?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, so you'll stop texting us every day with your misogynistic points.
I absolutely agree that, paternity leave should be more substantial than what we have now, which is, I guess, kind of like an ad hoc system. I agree because, when moms come out of the hospital, we're tired. We could use the dad home for a little bit to help us with the young ones,
My. Text us. Let me put it out there and call us. Because, see, you're not going to play victim now. This is silly season. We have had 4.5 years of bad BS from this administration. Please do not attempt to defend the bad BS by coming with foolishness like the next 5 years is for the poor.
Who said that?
I don't know this text, but no, let me answer it, please. Naughty, I don't like you at all. Good. I don't like dimwits like you at all either, who get shoveled political BS up the wazoo in every orifice on your body, and you regurgitate stupidity like this. That's why the country's in the predicament it's in. Or to call wrong where wrong is. Or if you're a lady, you lack the ovarian audacity. How about that? To call wrong where it is.
Interesting.
Okay? So, yeah, you're part of the problem. And you don't have to like Guardian. We bring it real. Okay? 365 days of the year. If you want an echo chamber, check out Eyewitness. If you want another echo chamber, tune in at 5 o'clock because I can tell you about a new echo chamber starting in short order. Okay? See, this is why I have a problem with dimwits like you. Your best retort now is Ingram was the worst Broham.
Said what about Mr. Ingram?
Perry and Brad, they battling for the worst ever. Minutes ducking in the corner hoping to Jesus that one of them could still hold that title. See, I again can say, dimwits like you, who put your hand out and get given a fish instead of knowing how to fish are the problem in this country.
There's a lot of things people can say about our former prime minister.
So now you have a double reason not to like me, dimwit.
Doctor, saying that Mr. Ingram is the worst prime is absolutely like the funniest saddest thing that I've
proves-
heard.
let me
'Cause
tell you.
we know that is absolutely not
when
true.
I get texts like this, it
That
proves
is not true.
that the rumors that I've heard from the intelligentsia of the PLP who reach out to me on a regular. Yeah, this text like that trolls are doing their PR right now. Nobody with a modicum of intelligence and common sense in the PLP party go offer that service right now. They're going to let this Hindenburg crash and burn, and they're going to build it up from the ashes with their intelligentsia. And hopefully with no more dimwit trolls like you texting foolishness all
I
day.
wouldn't even get into a long debate, but Mr. Ingram is one of our best prime ministers ever. Let's just be real about that. All right, we're going to take a break here for the news, but on the other side, we're getting some information about what's coming out of Freeport. It looks like the government has signed some MOUs, so we'll talk about that with you right after the news break. You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM with Naughty and MJ. We will be right back after the news.
So no matter what you've been through, no matter what you into, no matter what you see, when you look outside your window, brown grass or green grass, picket fence or barbed wire, never ever put them down. You just lift your...
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and drink or a one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a buttery biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC value deals have got the crunch that you're looking for. KFC knows value, and it's finger licking good.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ is brought to you by Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Peter Rockhart's Gas Station, and Printmasters.
1 in the air for the people ain't here. 2 in the air for the father that's there. 3 in the air for the kids in the ghetto. 4 for the kids that don't want to be there. None for the trying to hold them back. 5 in the air for the teachers not scared to tell those kids that's living in the ghetto that the holding back that the world is theirs. Yeah, the world is yours. I was once that little boy, terrified of the world. Now I'm on a world tour. I will give up everything, even start a world war for these.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, January 27th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with MJ in your company right up until 6 p.m. We're going to go over a little bit into the 5 o'clock hour. 5:06 p.m. is the time. Just a little FYI for you as you head on home, man. Don't forget, you got the little munchies going on right now. Be sure to check out Burger King, all right? They got the value meals. You got the Rodeo Crispy Chicken Sandwich. You got the 6-piece nuggets. And you got the Southwestern Whopper, all right, with the onion rings and the sauce and all of that good stuff. $5.50, all right? You definitely want to check that out, all right? But if burgers aren't your thing and you want to do chicken, then be sure to check out KFC Nassau on the way home, too, as well. They definitely hooking you up. They got a bevy of things going on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When I tell you they got the crunchy deals happening for you, don't miss out on that, all right? The crunchy deals are off the chain, and you definitely, get 10% off with your Bahamas Dining Rewards. So if you haven't gotten Dining Rewards with KFC, make sure to do so. But let me tell you the latest thing that's going on right there, and it's been approved. Statboy endorses it. It's the new wrap at KFC. It is off the heezy. The KFC Wrap Star. Grilled wrap, all right? You got the Kentucky grilled wrap, chicken wrap, 1 piece of chicken, leg or wing to go with that, individual fries, passion fruit dessert biscuit, a regular biscuit, and a 20-ounce soda. You can't beat that with a stick. $15, everything included, man. That's the hookup. So
Good stuff there.
That KFC,
well, KFC and Burger King, part of the beef wars, the restaurants recently.
No,
my
sir.
God, I was home sick in bed, and people kept sending me memes from these restaurants. My God, and everyone has gotten everyone has gotten involved with their little 2 cents in the little fight online, and I feel like it was entertaining. But then when you read that one post and it's like, all right, wrap this up now. This is going too far.
Somebody try to be too funny and then they kill it.
It killed it, So, but it was fun while it lasted.
All right, here's some other text. There's the PHA and Ministry of Health. Some nurses hired by one and others by the other. Bottom line is we need to pay nurses more so they can live as professionals.
Yeah, but obviously we need them to work overtime, right? Because you don't bust your budget up if you don't actually require, not if you're competent, if you don't actually require them to, because we have shortages. We have shortages of doctors. We have shortages of nurses. So we need them. So what happens now? That is the question that Dr. Darville can also answer for us. What happens now?
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. What new do you think Prime Minister Davis will tell those Freeport folks? Tell me, I think personally what he'll say is, my grandparents were subsistence farmers on Cat Island.
Could you stop? All right, so we're getting some reporting out of Grand Bahama. Apparently, the government of the Bahamas, that would be the people working for us, they've entered into a memorandum of understanding with a Canadian-based energy company that's very familiar in Freeport to gain control of the Grand Bahama Power Company. So that is something that we're going to hear about in the coming days. We're also going to hear about how apparently they've signed also a new agreement with MSC Cruises for the development of a new cruise ship pier complex. Are we doing this again? Are we doing this again?
To take the other 14% of the tourism market away?
Are we doing this again? I almost feel like it would be more beneficial for the Bahamian people to have like a separate person or group that negotiates with the cruise ships on it, because what our government is doing is, in my opinion, just atrocious.
The cruise ships are Nino Brown, and we are Pookie in New Jack City. Negotiation out the window. They got the advantage.
And when you wrap it in language about, systems that are familiar, you try to evoke that old feeling of, they're treating us a particular way. And we know it's, I guess, kind of covert talk to kind of get at the Port Authority, which does need like a lot of reform. But let's be real. They were the same people you were smiling up with when you were promising Grand Bahamians that you had a grand resort complex that would encompass all of these other things coming. And what is the Grand Lucaine doing right now? Could you talk about that? What is happening? $1 million project that you announced May of last year.
And Bahamians still ain't getting paid.
Happening.
And they home.
This is ridiculous. And then you pay this to the minuscule skeletal staff that remained at that resort that was promised all kinds of things during that big grand party you had in Freeport. They are getting paid late, the ones that are there, and then you just send them home. Like, what is happening, and why doesn't our government answer us? You're in Freeport today. You talk about a deal with the power company, which, okay, you signed off on the deal, but how instrumental were you in that deal? Give us specifics. And now you talk about the cruise ships, developing a new cruise ship pier complex. Really? Can we start electing people that work for the cruise lines to be our rep? Because something isn't right here. The people that we elect to represent us are basically doing diddly squat and allowing the cruise ships to come in and basically completely own the tourism product. And this is crazy. We've already spoken about this. Experts have spoken about this, about how Bahamians have minimal ownership now in the tourism product. And then you come to us smiling like a pet that you let out of the house, and they come back and with the rat in front of the door like, look, I got a rat. And you're like, you brought me a rat. Like, what is this? What is this? Another cruise ship, port, pier, whatever, at another island? What's happening And some of these developments mean work for Bahamians in the
No. Because we've seen immigration raid. The RCL joined over here where they swung Toby. And foreign nationals were a majority there. And then some of the family island projects as well too.
What is the big picture? What exactly are you doing? So listen to this. We have 86% of the tourists that come to our country now coming through the cruise ships. They have gobbled up that share of tourists that we talk about competing with them for, which is the overnight stays.
And
so
the
what do?
trickle-down. And we
You
get
go give
trickle-down.
them. You go give them another port, that's the best idea you have. That ain't even your idea. That's the cruise ship saying, let's take everything we can take from these while we can take it, because they obviously ain't doing nothing else but letting us get whatever
And
we want.
For those fans of MSC and Grand Bahama, this is not a good move. I don't care what you say and how you lobby and how you try to shape it and what kind of press release you put out. It ain't gonna happen.
The proliferation
It is horrible.
of these businesses that, yes, okay, the most in the world, right? Like, we've got the most. They might as well just call us their headquarters, and maybe we could get that 15% corporate tax out of it, something to make up for this, because this is crazy. The most of these private destinations, and ultimately, we're sitting here and we're pretending that we can't see what is happening. We see it. Our government knows it. But because they are bringing us very few development that actually go to fruition, they're like, okay, cruise port coming. And we know that's going to happen.
And I'm saying more BS coming.
Because those cruise ports will build. They're serious about their business.
Callers, I see I get you in a second. Naughty, what's up? And welcome back, Mary Jane.
Hey, hi.
I thought this was one of the recorded shows on today, unlike yesterday.
No, we're here today. Feeling better. Not perfect, but good enough. We wouldn't miss this.
Tell the text writer, when I've been to the U.S., the people told me Ingram is the best PM the Bahamas ever had. Ingram wasn't perfect, but he was better than what you're pushing.
He was not perfect, but he was, I mean, I don't want to wax politic, but he was really good. Really good.
And since you say Ingram is the worst, so Pinnon is the worst of the worst, then when we remember what happened back in, listen, Celinda did many things early on that he can't even be put in that worst of the worst category. One of his prodigies, Mr. Perry Christie, is in that category. And another one indirectly for being a prodigy to Mr. Christie and Christie Ingram and co. You got Mr. Davis vying for that title. And somewhere tucked in the corner, Dr. Minister is like, Lord Jesus, please let one of them get it instead of me, because I tired of toting this. I's a Saxon and I ring bell. And make stupid TikTok videos. So yeah, I get the Norman's Key aspect of it, but yeah, no sir, can't let you do that.
I do think it's crazy though. Came out of that one law firm. Like we gotta do.
And notice,
we gotta switch it up a little bit. We gotta do something a little different now.
Notice too, mirror each other with their administrations having a lot of similarities and not good ones. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hi, Mary J.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Hello, Nana boy.
What's up, there, Naughty?
GNN, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Nana's boy?
Well, listen. I everything you're saying is correct, right on point. I don't know why we don't get it right, and behemoths don't just walk in the right direction. But let me get the technical with the hospitals, because that's almost like my second home.
Yes, please do.
Second home to a lot of behemoths, right?
Yeah.
What we are missing as well, that hospital was built in 1952. Okay, and the materials that was used in that hospital were like galvanized iron pipes run the length and breadth of that hospital. Those pipes have long been outdated and replaced and outfitted all around the world a long time. In PMH, they're still there. Because when the hospital was built, the PSI, pounds per square inch of concrete that they would use, 8%. That has long since been changed to 4,000 PSI, 4,005 PSI, which tells you that the longevity or the life of that concrete is now gone. I spoke to one of the technocrats there, the engineers there, and they were rebuffed when they said, we have to replace this. The fellas, I'm telling them, you all ain't replacing nothing. You understand me? So God forbid, the concrete is now turning back to powder.
Ooh.
You know what is powder, right, Naughty?
Yep.
Dust.
Yeah.
So God forbid, some people are laying on those wards,
boy.
and we have something shaky or something happen around here, and that building collapses on
No,
itself.
let's pray
Thanks
that
for
doesn't
taking
happen.
Grammy
Thank
Boy
you so
call.
much.
Thanks, Nana boy. Continue to do well. Good day up on me, man.
Let's
All right,
get
let's
to
get the
our
other
other
call.
caller. Hi, Talking Heads.
Yes, thank you, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I called in when Madam was speaking about the cruise port.
Yes.
Because I'm having family members coming to the Bahamas, And when they called me, they said they were on Coco Key. They said the only way I can
What?
get you is if I can walk on water.
Right. So they're not really. Oh my goodness.
So, what
Oh boy.
we need to have these cruise ports visit every island. We can't let them monopolize and do their own thing in a private island.
Yeah.
And not giving the people in the tourist industry a means to earn not just one place but everywhere.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we have to make sure that the first time you pass through, you go to Coco Key, then go to the rest of the Caribbean, and then you stop here at the end of the journey where the money already spent.
And that happened twice since Christmas.
But let me tell you a story, caller, and you can get a kick out of this. A comedian buddy of mine had a bad night in the casino right before he checked out and on a 2-week run at the Atlantis. So, we know him for years. Everybody come together, give him a little something. And he said, man, I get it back to you. I work the cruise ship, so I could hit you up a Saturday or a Tuesday and we'll make it happen. He called me and told me, boy, I could be in Nassau tomorrow. He said, I could be in the Bahamas tomorrow. Let's link. So I did the ungodly thing, and I woke up dead early on that Saturday. And when I texted him, this fool could tell me, dude, my bad, bro. I'm in Coco Cay. I don't even know how to get... I say, but you're going to have to pay double when you come work the Jokers because you're in Coco Cay.
Yeah, not the K. Yeah, but we understand. I agree with you. I agree with you a lot. Tech caller.
And caller, then the next question that comes up: how many Bahamians are employed on Coco Cay in viable employment opportunities to make money in the tourism industry? Or is it still a majority of cruise ship workers funneled onto the island to do jobs Bahamians can do, and Bahamians still left driving the tender and doing the menial labor? If we're in 2026.
I endorse the suggestion made by your madam.
Yeah,
no, my wife. I have no madam. I don't keep no madam, no sweetheart, no nothing.
Bam. All right. I take it back. Take that back.
Thank you so much, caller. Don't be a stranger.
There you go.
But this, and then that is the thing. But I asked the question. You come to the Bahamas and you only visit, what they call it, Coco Cay? Did you really come to the Bahamas? We got to be real. And then to add to it, how does the Minister of Tourism feel about this? So, of course, they're going to endorse it and say it's the most wonderful thing. But if we're being honest, doesn't this make it harder for you to do what you're trying to do, which is get more heads in beds, more overnight stays where Bahamians will actually feel that tourist dollar like we used to once upon a time?
Cabs, restaurants, local businesses, local establishments outside of that, your Bahamian-owned businesses.
I saw a video on YouTube about one of the...
I was going to say Bay Street, but ain't no more Bahamian-owned businesses on Bay Street.
About a tourist who talked about their trip to the Bahamas, and they came in... they came in at the port, but pretty much outside, from the moment they stepped foot off that ship, I could almost say that they weren't even really here. Like, they really were not here.
They were on the private
island. And then they went back to the boat, and that was it.
And that's what we have to deal with.
That's not ownership. That is not ownership.
Trickled on instead of trickled down. Let me get these couple of texts out the way, and then... Hi, Naughty. Please tell MJ just ring the damn bell. This bunch of bullcrap got to stop.
I can't ring the PM. And then the thing, only he knows when he's going to ring the bell.
Naughty and MJ, the government are for sure getting MSC to do the cruise port. The dredging has already started.
Yeah, I tell you, when you hear, if you hear cruise port coming, you could guarantee that will happen, because I'm sure those executives, those board members at these cruise ship corporations are giddy anytime they could get these set here to do a deal with them, because it is never really it's not balanced. It's not balanced.
Naughty and MJ, got a shortage of PLP, so watch for the Haitian votes.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
And not coming from an alleged PLP thing. I'm a PLP thing. Let's go to the phone lines real quick, and then we'll deal with my big prediction. Talking Heads.
Hey, pleasant good afternoon, Naughty and Mary Jane.
You have such a great voice. Thank you. It's good to be back.
Listen, MJ, man, you were so right. You were so on point when you went off on this tourist thing in this cruise port. I don't know if you listened to but I have the Nassau Guardian's report of Joy Jibson and Bahamas Business Outlook.
Okay.
And it says that she said that Bahamian tourism real value is not being extracted because Bahamians face barriers to entry, making it difficult for them to participate
My goodness.
significantly in the country's top sector.
Yeah.
She made the remarks during yesterday, blah, blah, blah. She explained that while the rivals' occupancy, room nights, and gross domestic product numbers used to gauge the performance of the industry every year are important,
Right.
what matters more is how much tourism money stays in the country
Right.
and how many Bahamians are able to build a sustainable business in the
true.
tourism sector.
Yeah.
And, and she hit the nail right on
That
the
is
head.
absolutely
all,
correct.
All of these tourists coming here, actually, the average Bahamian does not feel the impact of the tourism dollar. I mean, we get $2 the taxes and whatnot, and we are yet to know what happens to the whatever $20-odd million that they have collected so far from the TDC. What has happened to that money? Where's that money? How is that money being used? It is supposed to be being used for the development of small businesses,
Right.
tourism products.
Great question, caller. But I mean, the answer's blowing in the wind.
So many questions and so little answers, man.
Yeah.
And the refusal to answer really.
All of these things. We need quality tourists.
Yes.
We don't need quantity.
Yes.
We need to increase our overnight visitors.
Yes.
We don't need these cruise passengers coming in like that.
Yeah.
Numbers are important, yes.
Yes.
But we need people to stay in the country to spend real money. Right?
No,
Yeah.
we agree.
Good
Thank you.
stuff. Great
Thank you so
points
much, Carl.
across the board.
And it is true, but the thing about it is it's almost like read the headline, but don't read the lead. Like don't go any deeper into the story. So we're going to get headlines. Oh, MSC to build new. But what does that mean for us? What does that mean? And the thing about it is, it doesn't end there. I was, while I was sick in bed, I was listening to some of the back and forth between, well, it wasn't a back and forth. I was listening to some of the criticism. I think the government actually requested a correction when the Nassau Guardian pointed out that on average, Bahamians save about $11
$11 a month, $127 a year.
And then the crazy thing about the government's position, right, is that, you're working with household numbers from 2013. Well, that's probably the last available data that we have. Secondly, you are the one that put the $15 million out there. Now, do I find it crazy that you're saying that $15 million was what was standing in the way from us getting VAT-free food for the whole 4 years that you have been in office? I find that to be crazy because you're spending $15 million a year on average on this traveling all around the world. So you mean to tell me the $15 million you were spending to go here, there, everywhere, and bringing back not too many results, let's be honest, Bahamians, particularly those in the working class that have the hardest time with inflation and with this economy, you mean to tell me they could have been getting this great break that you're now kind of bragging about from back then, from 2021, from you reduced VAT to 10%. You could have taken it to zero on unprepared foods from then. You keep doing this trickle-down thing when the stove gets a little hot. Okay, we're going to cut VAT down on this a little bit now, and that'll appease the masses until the Nassau Guardian kind of blew up that narrative saying, well, it's $11 a month. What are you doing?
Yeah. And I put that right next to the surplus.
That's crazy.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, good afternoon, Naughty, and good afternoon, Mary Jean.
Good afternoon.
What's happening, bro?
Radio man. Now, on this hospital issue, that hospital should have been, we should have had a brand new hospital a long time ago. Ain't no talking, no fool but that.
Mm-hmm.
We need one long. It's like you had a house, and you build this house, say 3 children.
Right.
And now you end up having 6 children.
Right.
So you have to do something.
Right.
But now, adding on, and the land ain't that big, so you going up and up on the whole structure. That ain't make no sense. Build a brand new hospital and call it a day. Now, this new hospital, what they building, what all that gonna be doing? The new one, what they start?
Well, its specialty, apparently, it'll predominantly serve women. It's a maternity hospital, I understand, and also children, which I understand as well.
Well, see, we be right back to 7 and 6. Because if we only could take care of paternity to do with woman, and you know who's have the most of the babies young.
I see we going with that.
Story again.
Yeah, but what do you think about, it looks like our inability to staff even the hospital we have now properly? Short 400 nurses, short doctors, now they can't get overtime. So what's going to happen?
Okay, yeah, we go with that. I think the nurses situation, we don't have to be in that, you know. The government just failed to act. Again, I repeat myself. I called it one time. Get the people who will teach the nurses.
Right.
Sometimes I had a niece, she was supposed to be a nurse, and they couldn't get the course. So that shouldn't be. Get the people who could teach the nurses, and if our nurses increase the starting salary and increase their salary.
Yeah, we have to do something.
At least if you meet them halfway or 3/4 of the way.
Yeah.
It ain't that Bahamian don't want to be the nurse. I think we have Bahamian want to be it, but you have to be persistent on what you do. If you need 6 teachers, just say teach nursing, and you could pass out 150 nurses every year, then the money is weighted.
Yeah.
Why we got to continue bringing on foreigners like Bahamians, don't want to be nurse and things? You know what the problem is. Increase the salary. You can't give them $100 more, but hey, let's give them $70 extra. I mean, and the ones who come to be nurses, increase that too.
Yep.
And then our nurses will stay here. And then we won't got to worry about bringing in foreign nurses because I believe Bahamians are very good, talented.
We have the best nurses. That's why we're getting recruited by these other countries. Thank you so much, caller. Appreciate you as always.
Let me get to these couple other texts. Good evening, Naughty and MJ. Thanks for bringing the Phil Smith Park to light. Would you believe on the weekend the tractor was still there moving the last little bit of hill left for the fill?
Wow.
Very noisy and very dusty for residents.
Wow. Where's that fill going? Do we know?
We still, I hear Adelaide. I keep hearing Adelaide allegedly.
Don't know where it's going.
All right, let me get to this one. Good afternoon, MJ and Naughty. Why are we so corrupt? And when something happens like this New York case, we try to explain it away. Yes, we are a very corrupt nation, and we need to start fixing it from yesterday.
I see a lot of pushback. Kind of talked about, I guess it was the lawyer for the gentleman that's now been sentenced. His name it's Roca, right? That's the one that's been sentenced so far. I think his lawyer had some really, really, like devastating things to say about the country. And it is a court case. He was defending his client. We want to say that some of that was hyperbolic, just to paint a picture for the judge that this is a complete system of corruption. But we cannot close our eyes to the fact that we have him and others up on charges. And I just...
And if you look back, this has been a repetition of corruption or alleged corruption or Bahamian police be involved in corruption. Go back to the 70s and 80s straight up. There's a line in Scarface that I hate, but it paints a picture.
I know, and I don't like the picture that was painted of us in New York. I get it, and I understand why the commission, the police would want to try to push back on that a little bit, but imagine that attorney showing a copy, which was carried in the dailies, right? The papers of record, where the prime minister himself about that case generally said that he felt persons were entrapped. Like, you show that to a judge and you say to that, and you follow it up with he's guilty, and this is a complete top to bottom system. Even their prime minister is saying this is entrapment, not taking responsibility. I mean, how does that look? It makes us look crazy. And can I say this too? And I get the COP, Ms. Shanta Knowles trying to push back for our reputation. We need to do reputation damage control in situations like this. But where's the investigation? Where's the result of the investigation? Because you can push back with rhetoric, but you know what's stronger than rhetoric?
Facts. Figures, data.
Facts. You should have already presented to the Bahamian people your own report. You should have already presented to the Bahamian people the facts of this matter that not only encompass a member of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, high-ranking member of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, but also Defense Force personnel, apparently personnel in government. And then there's the hanging kind of problem of the high-ranking politician who's yet to be named. Where is the results from the investigation of Miss Knowles? We would need that, and that, I think, would be stronger than just saying, oh, no, it's not fair for them to call us corrupt. Show us what happened, and then you can put it out to the world. Okay, we took care of this. We investigated and took care of it.
All right, let me get this text in. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. How does Dr. Darvo try and tell the public that he is looking into hiring more nurses without checking on the status of his existing budget? A proper minister surely must be keeping tabs of the budget, especially given the public outcry for more than a year on PMH. Exactly,
They
Dexter.
spent
That's why I need to
so
resign.
much time going after that nurse who was trying. She shouldn't have been saying this and that and on suspension. Meanwhile, their budget was being cratered. Are we serious? Please make it make sense.
Hi, Naughty and MJ. Maybe we are having collusion with the politicians in the cruise industry. Maybe we should investigate. I heard things swirling, and if not current politicians, former politicians, allegations.
You don't want to think about it, but why is it that the only thing that they can bring to us is what the cruise ships want?
My God.
You know, where's our innovation? Where's doing something that Bahamians will benefit from directly? A lot of money is going out of the country because we have just kind of littered this place. And no offense to the cruise lines, I do get, what you bring to the table, and we want some of it, but you can't have all of it. You can have some of it, but you can't have all of it. And right now, you guys are really
You can have a
greedy.
sample, but you
can
can't
have a
have a-
sample, but you can't have the whole plate. You guys are being kind of greedy with all of these little pork. And I know why you do it, because it's the only place in the world that you can do it. And that's why this is the only place in the world that you have done it.
Ouch. Facts. All right, quick break. But I want to tell you now, if you're home, get granny and mama from the kitchen. Get dad. If you're home from out the yard, get your brothers, get your sisters. If you're in the car, turn up the radio. Because coming up after this break, I got a prediction.
What prediction?
In the words of my good friend, Mr. Tony Bruno. MJ, I got a stone cold lead pipe lock.
About what? Give us a
Beautiful,
hint.
man.
Prediction about what?
Politics.
Oh, thought it was sports.
Broadcasting. All rolled up into one. Huge prediction coming up. Keep it right where you got it. Don't touch it.
Just remember when you come up, the show goes on all right, already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and drink or a one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a buttery biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC value deals have got the crunch. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
The show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on all right, already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on. One in the air for the people ain't here, two in the air for the father that's there, three in the air for the kids in the ghetto, four for the kids that don't want to be there, none for the trying to hold them back, five in the air for the teacher not scared to tell those kids that's living in the
We're back at you on the Tuesday, January 7th edition of Talking Heads. MJ, what happened to January the 27th already?
It's gone. It's over with. But thank God, because some people ain't get paid since, what it was, like the second week in December.
People crying for February.
Boy, I know those government workers are happy.
All right.
Payday, finally.
Here's my prediction.
Except if you are owed overtime, then apparently we don't know when that's coming.
That's going to
So,
happen.
yeah.
All right. Here's my big prediction. I'm going to go on the record right now, like I do my pigskin prognostications for the NFL.
All right.
I'm going to do my political prognostication right now.
I can't wait to hear this.
And if you're a betting person and you have somebody to bet with, it's right now, I'm going to tell you could bet and win money on this prediction. Bet the whole kit and caboodle on Clint Watson being the ratified PLP candidate for Southern Shores.
You think so?
Write it down. Obi can get dissed again.
You think so?
They can say, go sit your trust fund baby behind on the side. You can't carry your daddy's jock.
Now, I am curious.
Now, listen. They got a battle for the budge going on in Southern Shores.
What did you just call it?
Battle of the budge.
Oh, my God.
If you look at Clint and you look at Obi, that's two well-fed offensive linemen.
You know
could
what?
put a running back behind them too and run to the right side.
You know what?
And score, touch the eye-line, Mr. Producer.
This is not.
That's a lot of beef right there.
What?
If that redhead gal on Facebook from the burger joint.
Oh, my.
Now, here's another indicator. Okay? The ZNS Network released a statement on Facebook
saying,
watch this. The Rundown on the ZNS Network is getting a new host.
Mm-hmm.
The Rundown was formerly hosted by Clint Watson.
Right.
Even though he's the GM, we're so excited to welcome host Howard Grant. He is well capable and amazing. Join him beginning Monday. Now,
so
listen,
Howard is going to go host the
I
Rundown,
did my
you're
due
saying?
diligence. And let me go on record right now. Okay. We got any applause, Mr. Producer? No, never mind. There you go, Howard. Hercules.
Yes.
You finally got rewarded for singing for your supper. I'm mad at you at all.
So
and
listen to this.
Wait a minute. Let me give you the updates on the show. The official co-host is going to be Antoine.
Stop. So this is a joke, right?
No.
It's a joke.
The man on the street reporter getting day-to-day updates from the man on the street will be Dave Major.
This is a joke, right? He's being facetious, guys. He is being facetious.
And in-studio contributors will be Desron Watershed.
I think we've heard enough.
And Caprio Bad Wigs, whatever Caprio last name is.
Let's focus a little bit on
So I'm looking forward to that show.
Let's focus a little bit on your prognostication.
Now they got a PLP echo chamber on Eyewitness, and now they got a PLP echo chamber on ZNS.
You think that because he is stepping... See, I look at it differently. You think because he's stepping down from that role of hosting that show, that means that he's going to get a nomination? I look at it differently. I look at it as one symbolic move when people are asking for more. So, okay, I'm going to step down from this show. People are saying that, at this point, he shouldn't even be there as the general manager of ZNS. They're going to quote you the technicals from the general orders and all of that, but you have had other persons that are seeking the nomination.
Philippe stepped down as a ZNS sports reporter.
So he stepped down. That's a big statement.
Denari Roll went on leave from the Water and Sewage Corporation.
And he told us that. He revealed that on the show, so that they're out of the...
And somebody else recently vacated that position.
I think it was another, maybe reporter. It's just a lot of reporters, boy. But yeah, this to me is like throwing out a little bit of... just throw you a little bit of crumbs. Y'all calling for my head to be out of there, particularly... after that incident that I saw on Facebook the other day with what happened down there in Grand Bahama happened. And I mean, generally I like Clint, right? But where in the Lord's name and God's name you get off going out in front of a private radio station demanding
freaking
to be
yourself out,
let on air, and then I think the most egregious part why this move of stepping down to kind of save face, kind of pretend like you're doing something noble. You had staff out there with you. That is crazy.
On our dime.
That is absolutely
It's the same
ridiculous.
staff that he allegedly took on our dime to a very, highfalutin, wine and dine and conclave.
So they did their conclave.
And don't say, and guess what, Clint? You all right with me. I know you, yes. Listen to me. If you said that the group went in their pocket and supported local vendors, in the words of Judge Judy, show the receipts. I'm the boss, officer. Show the receipts. Show the receipts.
So,
but it would be highly, and like a point you made when we talked off air about this, conclave for ZNS, but that's a government entity, so wouldn't they fit the bill for it?
I would think so. If you're having a professional conclave, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like training and upskilling. That's a good thing. Then why wouldn't ZNS pick up the tab? Now, if that tab is egregious, maybe you don't want to tell us, well, we paid $500,000 for it, because then we would have a problem with it as taxpayers. But this is the point that I want to make. The moment that staff went out there and then they start here as if he had been aggrieved because a host of a show was critical of that, right? Which talk show hosts are want to do. If we see things we don't necessarily agree with, we would bring it to light. But all of the foolishness that followed it, going down to the station, that's unprofessional, and he knows that that shouldn't have happened. And then having your staff and then framing it as some sort of a protest because they personally insulted your general manager. Are we being serious? Are we being serious? This raises a lot of questions. Last week, people were saying he should be out of there. Read the Nassau Guardian about the way ZNS is going, the editorial, and you could see why people have strong reasons to say that our state-run, taxpayer-financed broadcasting corporation is not being run properly and for the benefit of Bahamians who pay for it. And so you're going to throw out crumbs and say, I'm no longer hosting the show. I hear you say you think that means he gets a nomination. But I don't know. The fact that they haven't said to him, you know what, this a little bit of heat. You got that nomination. You could step down now. Tells me that he probably doesn't have it.
Well, as one of the texters said,
but we'll see.
That was a good replacement size-wise. Well, yes, both around my understand. So definitely, I think that might have been a good replacement.
Man, you got the Texas as bad as you. My point, though, is that is last week we were talking about, just the look and appearances of it. And I think a line was crossed in Grand Bahama. And instead of actually stepping down, now we're being told, okay, well, I'm not doing my show anymore. I don't know what that means.
And Clint, one more thing. Role for you, despite you being a big dude, is not for you.
He does not come up. Do you think he's...
Oh, no. You can't go to Rhythm 102.7 in Grand Bahama.
Yeah, that's how the character...
Post up outside. Beat up your gum, railing against, former contributor here on Tuesdays, Mr. Darren Cooper. Shout out to Darren. Darren on air. They don't let you come in. You stay out there beating up your gum. But at the end of the show, Darren come out in the parking lot and bushcrack and Clint gone? No, sir.
I think...
Pitbull can't get run from a chihuahua. No disrespect, Darren.
I think he, you could make the case that... Oh, God. I will say this. The bully role, as you said, is not... Is that we were saying... based on a lot of things and the fact that the others have stepped away from their roles. He hasn't. They're giving us a pittance. I'm not doing the show. But what does that mean? What does that mean? And the fact that they still have you there, I think, personally, that does not bode well. That's what I think. It doesn't bode well because they're not telling you. Because by now, with all of the ruckus, if they were going to go for him, they could have said, you know what? We need to make this decision now. Just step down, blink, blink, you straight. But they ain't saying that. They saying you need to stay there, but you need to fall back because the thing's getting a little hot right now, and people ain't trying to see you right now. They're calling for your head. So I don't know, because if you do kind of resign and you don't get it, it's going to be a little tricky sticking you back in there before election. See what I'm saying?
I know somewhere in the back dark cabins of ZNS. I know there's a certain Burroughs character going, I hope it all goes down like that. I'll be back.
Just saying, the fact that they still letting this thing run on as long as it runs on is quite interesting.
Let's go to the phone line.
I don't know.
Talking Heads.
Good day.
Hi.
Madam MJ.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good day, the naughty one.
What's going on, Dennis? How are you, my brother?
Me, I call him because these fakers and jokers, what KB say, jokey leaders, jokey town. Well, they would say and do anything. And you know how much they like foreigners. And when they could do what they want to do. But you want to see, they will never answer me. Because, MJ,
hey,
one of y'all, please call me so I can let y'all know the details about them, the King Air, the situation with what association, because they have with the thing with the indictment up state, because here it is now, the commissioner Remember now, they never was trying, what he was trying to do, trying to say 2.5 million for that. They was saying the king until I called them out, right? What did me? Tell them stop lying. You ain't buying no plane. If they was buying a plane, or if they was going to refurbish a plane, and then they had to admit it was the King Air. You know what I mean? But if they was going to do that, and they love government workers so much, where's the two for refurbish that King Air?
Man, listen, I could cut to the chase and we got to get to the break, Dennis, but I hear they didn't refurbish it. They halfway started to refurbish it and realized Leon Lundy couldn't fit inside it, so they had to scrap the plans.
It wasn't fit for purpose. That was what we were told.
Yeah, that's what I heard, man. So at the end of the day, we got
a lot of things ain't fit for purpose around here, eh?
Yeah, spot on, Naughty, with the rundown. All that talk about doing your own thing and still have to run to the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Boy, I tell you, Dwight provided platforms and gets no thanks for many of them. Shout out to Dwight. And Dwight, I thank you for giving me and MJ a platform. Thank you very much. I don't like how much corporate and legalists be calling me, but you need to go deal with them on that. But we thank you.
You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Dwight.
Lying through they teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that shut down made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located 022361.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and drink or a one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a buttery biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC value deals have got the crunch that you're looking for. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
Naughty, back at you with my free pick of the day, brought to you by the Island Game. Today is Tuesday, and my free pick comes to you from NCAA Men's College Basketball. Number 7, Nebraska on the road, taking on number 3, Michigan. I like the over in this one of 153. Michigan, Nebraska, over 153. That's my free pick of the day from Men's College Basketball. Play it and win with the Island Game. The game you know, the friends you trust. And the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Kane is in the building.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on. Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun up? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through they teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that shut down made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up.
We're back at ya on the Tuesday, January 27th edition of Talking Heads. 5:52 p.m. is the time. Naughty and MJ and your company right up until 6 o'clock. And we'll make way for the news.
Someone just asked me that it out and not explain that's what's happening with the Grand Lucayan, right? Like, I would
watch and see.
So.
Watch and see.
Like, you think?
Watch.
All this stalling and promises, and you think they're going to Freeport and don't come out and tell us concretely what is happening with the Grand Lucayan, take a whole cabinet down there, come back and don't say?
I predict-
is that possible?
I predict, in the words of Cash Levy, it'll be another bag of BS.
It's no way, right?
Another
no
bag
way
of
you
BS.
go to where that big party was last year. Come out of there and don't tell us exactly what's happening with what was it, Concord, Wiltshire, and the Grand Lucayan.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So I'm gonna wait to hear because we gotta be hearing something soon.
Naughty and MJ, Clint will be back. Clint will be okay even if he loses the nomination. He will replace He will replace Latrey Raman and get his original job back as spokesperson. Boy, I tell you, maybe he could get it back as apparently.
Isn't Latrey Ramming, I understand, maybe considering a run for the chairmanship of the Progressive Liberal Party?
Oh no!
I mean, that's his party. I get it, but it's always
That's
so.
his party. They
it's
might
always so
want to use for
messy,
chairman,
right?
but he can't. He was at the foot of Fred Mitchell, man. Come on,
And
Fred
about-
mentored him, and he got raised and reared in politics by Fred.
But that's when we talk about, like how people aren't able to separate their responsibilities and duties and speaking for and on behalf of the government and speaking for on behalf of I mean, my God, the chairman now does it. So I guess this is supposed to be the new normal. But I mean, good luck to him if he goes and he's successful at that. But once you are successful at that, you're not holding that press secretary. Like, get out of the government proper and go run the party. That's what I want to see. No more of this mixing up, mashing up, all kind of, all buck up goes in terms of clear lines. No more of that. Let's stop that now.
Naughty, good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Every day Howard is singing for his supper, but if he goes to Saturday,
Let's
be
not
sure
talk
to
about
stay.
Howard. Honestly, good luck to him.
He'll have to go wait for bamboo.
Good luck to him in his new.
Yeah, good luck. Props to Howard,
his
man.
new,
Just having a little fun with it, But now that it's out there,
new endeavors, right? Grand Bahama, my goodness, to take the whole cabinet down there. I need to hear what's happening with the Grand
I'll make a
Lucayan.
bet. I'll make a bet with you.
Something has to be happening there.
I will make a bet.
And don't bring me this cruise ship. I mean,
No, I will make a bet.
Okay, go
I can make a
ahead.
bet with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Do the home improvement project of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, right out the gate. I say the PLP goes to Grand Bahama and they skirt around the issues that the people really want to hear about, and it's going to be some grandiose photo op and election BS spiel. That's what I think it's going to be. If they go there and talk about it, and talk about what you said about dealing with the Grand Lucayan and all of that information, I will do whatever home improvement you want.
I'm hoping that they.
If I win,
they
though,
say something.
If I win, though,
Mm.
pound of baked ziti for me, homemade, yours,
Okay.
all for me.
All right, that's an easy fix.
No, it ain't, because you got Stat Boy and you got Andoni, and you need to tell them that's mine.
When are the final candidates being ratified? That would be very interesting if Clint does get that Southern Shores nomination.
I tell you.
It was strange that they had put out
He
there.
is getting it. They don't want the backlash from Leroy Major. The PLP has always treated Obi Roberts, and Obi, I know you a long time. They've always treated you like the silver spoon, a trust fund baby.
So then tell him to take this one for the team?
Again.
It's interesting as well because they put out the information that when they had their whatever semi-formal vote or whatever it was 40-0. Who puts that information out there? Who puts that out there? This is really like
Infighting
crazy times.
PLPs.
Yeah, it's crazy times. But I'm hopeful that the Progressive Liberal Party, but the Free National Movement as well. I think the COI ratified most of their candidates already. I hope everybody gets their people ratified, get them out there on the campaign trail, get them on the ground, because Bahamians have so many questions, and then you're just going to rely on last minute, political tricks and party loyalty to put you over the top. But there are many questions that a lot of and can I say, I was a bit disappointed with some of the candidates that have been ratified for the Progressive Liberal Party so far, simply because why are we seeing some of these old faces? I could name.
I don't see no new faces.
3, 4 that legitimately concern me that they're going to get another opportunity to be worse than they were this time around. Like, some of them are really bad, and I don't understand why they're coming back. But such is politics.
So, it's about that time, Mr. Producer. All right, so we got to get to this break for MJ.
It's so fun being back here today.
Glad to have you back.
Glad to shake this flu that I had.
Pearlie should be back tomorrow, all things considered, safely
we're
landed.
hoping to get a flight in,
And you'll hear me and MJ on Thursday, because Friday...
No, that's Pearlie on Friday, so we're in tomorrow.
On Friday, because me and MJ will be at Swanky Vibe. Like us swanky people do.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, you guys have a great afternoon.
And thank you for tuning in to Talking Heads, the talk show that other talk shows listen to. For MJ, this your boy Naughty. For Mr. Producer, we'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads.
Glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up, when times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up.